When I was stuck in my hometown of Melbourne, trading time for money, I was on the tools, I was miserable. All I could think about was one thing, and that one thing was location freedom. I was completely and utterly obsessed with location freedom, and I still am, to be honest. I always have had a vision in my head of, imagine waking up one day and just feeling like you want to go to Bali tomorrow, or wherever that might be for you, Thailand, Mexico, whatever, Miami. Imagine being able to go, you know what, I'm going to book the ticket and go. No asking for time off, no applying for annual leave, just booking the ticket and packing your bag and you're gone. For guys like me and guys like you, that is the absolute dream. Being in full control of our time and our life and just having complete autonomy. Full stop. Now that I'm living that reality, not only do I know that this is achievable, it actually becomes easy when you focus on the right thing. And that is exactly what I'm going to get into and cover in this video. I had wanted online freedom, online income, location freedom for literally 10 years. 10 plus years I wanted it. And I tried pretty much everything. I thought it was the perfect online business. So I tried drop shipping. I tried selling dog beds, gym backpacks, believe it or not. Courses, I don't even want to know how much I spent on courses. Crypto, I know how much I lost in crypto. I lost 30 grand over the last 5 years. High ticket sales, nothing worked. And you know, like, full credit to me, I did not give up. I kept on trying, but I was putting my effort and my time and energy into the wrong things. So then my last resort was manifestation. I used to go to sleep with my AirPods in my ears, listening to Neville Goddard and just trying to, say affirmations and just trying to manifest the laptop lifestyle that I wanted so badly. But surprise, surprise, that didn't work either. So it led me to here. I was thinking, why is nothing working? Like, it was making me even more depressed than I already was. I was chasing the wrong things, as I'm going to let you know later in this video, and what the right thing is. I was out of shape. I was drinking. I had all these vices. I was binge eating because I was just trying to escape my reality, because I knew I'd always dreamt of this life. I had the vision in my head. I knew exactly what I wanted. And as you can see, I really did try, but I just couldn't do it. I had poor habits. I had no routine. I wasn't waking up at the same time. I wasn't going to bed at the same time. I wasn't doing anything. I was just lost. I was completely stuck. And I had a lack mindset. I was trying to do all of this from a place of lack. I was doing it from a low frequency state. So I was never going to attract the life I wanted. And then one conversation absolutely changed everything for me. And it's this conversation and this question that I asked to this specific person, that was literally the pivotal moment that allowed me to live this life. I've got location freedom. I go between Bali. I'm in the Gold Coast now. I'm going back to Bali. I'm going to Spain. I'm going to the UK. And then I'm going back to Bali. I literally get to take my laptop, take my phone, and I can literally just go wherever I want, which has been such a dream. And it just feels amazing to even say that to you. And the conversation went a little bit like this. So I found a guy. I started watching his content. This guy was jacked. He was living the life. He was in Bali. He was in a mansion of a villa. He was clearly making a lot of money online. He just had the exact life that I wanted to live. So I thought, I'm going to send this guy a message. I'm like, fuck, he looks like a good bloke. So I messaged him. And I said, hey, mate, basically, I have wanted that lifestyle for so long. I've tried absolutely everything, and I told him everything that I tried. I told him all the businesses and all this stuff, and he basically just said back to me that he goes, mate, you've got it all backwards. And I was like, what do you mean? And he said, you're trying to build a new life while remaining the same man. He said, you have to build the man first, and then the life that you want will just naturally come to you and happen as a byproduct of being that man. You have to become the man that naturally lives that life. And he asked me a question. He said, be honest with yourself. Do you really think in your current state, your mindset, your body, your beliefs, your habits, do you think that guy really can make money online and hold that life? And I thought about it, I was like, nah, there's not a chance. Like, I deep down already knew this, so this conversation hit me like a ton of bricks, because I knew this deep down. But for so many years, I was just trying to take shortcuts when the biggest roadblock or the biggest lever that I could have pulled was working on myself, building the man. So let me tell you exactly where I was when I had this conversation with him. Because I guarantee that if you're still watching this video, you're probably in a very similar position as I was. So this is where I was. I was waking up at 5 a.m. to an alarm, and I was absolutely hating it because it wasn't by my choice. Now I get up at 4:30, but I'm jumping out of bed because I'm on my own mission and I'm following my purpose. So you want to wake up. But back then, I was hating it. I was dreading every single Monday. Sundays were the worst. I did not want to go to work any Monday. And what made it worse was I was watching other guys on Instagram. I was scrolling at Smoker, I was scrolling at lunch, I was scrolling at home before bed, and I was just watching these guys and they were living my dream life. And I just used to think, what do they know? What do these guys know that I don't? Like, I just thought maybe they were special, and maybe I was never going to work it out. So then I'd come home, I'd watch more YouTube videos, I'd consume more courses. Honestly, it was just like a vicious cycle. This would go on for many, many years. So then I tried to manifest it. Vision boards, law of attraction, Neville Goddard, Bob Proctor, courses, spent thousands on manifestation courses, joined communities, wrote in the journal, like visualized. Like, I tried to do all this stuff, but none of it worked. I was depressed, I was out of shape, and I was the same miserable, broken man trying to build a life of freedom that I could not hold as my current self. And then I had the conversation that changed everything for me. As I briefly touched on before, this guy that I reached out to, he gave me the best advice I'd ever received in my whole life, and I don't say that lightly. I say it's the best advice that I've ever received because it unlocked everything for me. It unlocked my dream physique. It unlocked my dream online business. I'm able to live and work wherever I want. I've got freedom. I've got autonomy. My life is amazing. I'm not depressed anymore. I literally owe everything to that guy. So when he told me this advice, I thought, all right, sweet. So I need to get in shape. I need to get down to 10% body fat. And that's going to unlock everything that I need. And then everything's going to come clear. All right, sweet, got it. So I tried to do it myself. I tried 3 or 4 times. I went to the grocery store. I got healthier food. I started tracking my macros. I knew what to do, but the discipline just wasn't there. So I fell back into old binge eating habits. So I'd stick to it for 2 or 3 days and then I'd fall off. 2 or 3 days, fall off. So I reached back out to this guy and he became my coach. So once I got a coach, honestly, the accountability just changes everything. You can't underestimate the power of accountability. When you're doing things on your own, like I was, it was easy for me to cheat. It was easy for me to quit and tell myself, oh, work was really busy today. I'm just gonna have Macca's on the way home. But when you've got a coach there and you know your check-in's coming up, you don't want to let him down because, you know, he's putting in effort and he believes in you and he's trying to help you. But then there's another level of accountability. You've paid. When you pay for something, you're more inclined to stick to it. This is massive, guys. Honestly, like, I cannot recommend this enough. And this was the best decision I've made. I got clear on my North Star vision, which is something I take all my clients through. You have to be very clear on the life you want. You have to explain it in detail. I spent a few hours writing out my North Star vision worksheet, and it is so important because you need a strong sense of why you're doing this. You write the ideal life, what you want to achieve, and you just really feel it. And this is what keeps you going. It's the fuel. So he gave me the program, he gave me the macros, the workouts, and I just followed it to a T, hit the steps. I did everything he asked me. I started doing AM identity and alignment, which is a massive part of it. You can have the macros, you can have the calories, you can have the workouts, but if you don't rewire your identity by doing deep identity work, which is what my AM identity and alignment journaling process does, that's why you're going to slip back to old habits. The AM identity and alignment morning journaling process is a crucial part to this. This is what most other fitness coaches don't teach. They don't teach the whole package. And that's why a lot of people do slide back to baseline. That's why I don't call myself a fitness coach. Physique, identity, frequency, freedom, life, that's what I'm about. Physique is the gateway that unlocks everything else. So because I was so compliant, I started seeing results quick. And just because you're not at 10% body fat yet and shredded and ripped and jacked, it doesn't matter. You start seeing the mental benefits in the first 2 weeks. I always say that physique is the gateway. I tell this to all my clients. I've got a client, Shannon. He was 20 years on antidepressants. He's a PT from London. He was broken. He was miserable. 8 weeks in, he's 10 weeks in now, but 8 weeks in, he was a completely different man. He said, Matt, I'm off the antidepressants, I'm off the pills, I feel high frequency, I feel amazing. And now he's launching his own online coaching business. He was always a PT, so he knew what to do, but this just unlocked a whole new level for him. And this is exactly what it did to me. This is because you're keeping promises to yourself. Your self-trust comes back, your self-esteem. You've rewired your self-image, how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself. You see yourself as the man that actually follows through. This is what raises your frequency. This is how you get on the frequency as all these ideas that come to you. And then because of that, I felt so confident. I didn't care what people thought anymore. I used to be so crippled by what people thought. So I would never post content, even though I wanted to for 2 years. So I picked up the phone, started creating content, and yeah, I launched my own online coaching business. So yeah, got into the business mentorship. The next day, I signed my first client. The next day, I told my boss that I was leaving at the end of the year. The next day, I booked my one-way ticket to Bali and organised my visa, and I was out of there. 29th of December, I left. I was in Bali, training at the best gyms, warm weather, sun, beach, scooter, laptop lifestyle, working at cafes some days, all the best restaurants that have their macros all listed. It's an amazing place, and it's literally just the start for me. I'm going to go all over. Mexico, Thailand. I can go anywhere. That is the beauty of this. It literally has been the best decision of my life. Now I'm making great money online. I'm coaching people. I'm helping guys go from where I was to where I am. I get to do something I'm passionate about. I jump out of bed every day. Life is amazing. I've got location freedom. Sometimes I can't even sleep because I'm just so happy. I'm so excited. I don't want to go to sleep. I just want to keep working. I just want to keep getting better. I just want to keep working on my physique. I just want to keep helping people. This is what life is all about. This is what you need to aim for. Working on the tools, some people have got to do it, but And I got nothing but respect for the guys that don't mind doing it. But if you're someone who wants more out of life, it's not for you. What's the point of going through life, working like an absolute dog, going on one holiday a year, getting to 65, 70, you're probably going to have to work for longer now that the Australian government is bringing in all this new tax and stuff. What's the point of working till you're 70 and then enjoying retirement? I'd rather be free now in our prime and enjoy retirement now and make money online. You don't have to save up for a holiday, because when you go on a trip, you're still working, you're still making money. It is a cheat code to life. And yeah, the rest is history. If there is one thing that you should take away from this video, it's this. Stop chasing the perfect business idea. Stop chasing the money. Stop trying the manifestation techniques. Stop trying to chase that laptop lifestyle. Build yourself first. Become the man, build the body, build the discipline, build the self-belief, keep the promises. The life that you want to live, your dream life, comes after you become the man that naturally has that life. And if a tradie like me from Melbourne can do it, then you can too. Now get off YouTube and get in the gym. Let's go.